landing page quality scores, they kind of tighten things up. So the way I phrased it in the slide is that there's a sea change underway in AdWords, and it works against thin commercial sites with little content. So,
which means that a lot of those sites on ClickBank are going to have a harder and harder time
yeah,
accepting traffic.
and
Yeah.
we get calls about kind of emergency calls from people who want to be clients saying, "This has happened. How do we fix this?" And the real principle is that Google wants things that they consider relevant. Google rewards sites that they see as authoritative and honest, transparent, with easy navigation, with original, relevant content. And that's always been the case on the organic side, but it's evolving more and more that the landing page quality score is like that too. And with a landing page quality score, you really can't mess around, because if you get a bad landing page reading from Google, it's not going to be a small increment that you can try to boost it up. You're going to have to go from like 0 to 10. They're going to drop you all the way down. It isn't. If it's bad, it's not just a little bad. It's really bad. It's a pass-fail test.
Rob, my experience has been that it's something like almost like they give your domain cancer, and an incurable type.
Yeah.
And I've talked to a lot of people who had domain cancer and they weren't able to fix it, and we tell them you really need to build a whole new site.
Yeah.
And this is a bone of contention for us with some clients, to the point that we've stopped taking clients who don't really understand this. It's not as hard as it sounds. It's not as hard as it sounds. The first question you have to ask is, well, what is relevant content? And Google gives you the tools to figure that out, because, like, let's say you're building a site about roofing. If you type in roofing in the Google keyword tool, Google will tell you how does it evaluate what words and phrases should be on a site about roofing. What words and phrases do they find on other sites about roofing, and what words and phrases show up in ads that people who click roofing also click on, and they'll tell you. And so you take half a dozen or a dozen of the most relevant, highest traffic words from that set, and you put up a simple blog, and you write genuine articles about those topics, and or you hire someone to write it, and and I think that Google likes to see those updated on a regular basis. But
everything you're saying matches the experience that we have, I would say.
Good. Okay. And again, I might be upstaging you, so I.
No, I like to hear what you have to say on these subjects.
Well, the drop dead best way that I found in my own campaigns to build a high quality landing page is to set up a blog, set up a couple of articles on each of those relevant keyword terms that I find in the Google set. So I wind up with like maybe 20 articles on the blog. Sometimes it helps put up a video. It seems like Google likes video, and
those are along the ways, the things that we've seen that would help the situation too. And we have we have some actual notes from an actual client, some screenshots that we can show. Before I do that, though, I wanted to say that when you said it's kind of like your domain gets cancer, that is so true. It does seem that once you have this happen to a landing page, it's harder to fix anything you do on that domain. But Google says, when we talk to them, that it's not based on domain, it's based on landing page. But I think that anything else you're going to do on that domain is going to get more scrutiny. The other thing that is worth noting is that once you get this failing grade, it doesn't go away without a human intervening.
I didn't know that.
So if you go and you try to fix it and you don't call Google, you're not going to be able to have that removed. The robots, the bots will never reread it and say it's a pass again. You have to have someone at Google actually kind of give it a reevaluation to get it going. And that's where it helps to have an agency, because you can get more prompt attention and have your situation taken more seriously, I think, if you have an established relationship with someone. So
also, I think you can get the benefit of the doubt. Like I know that
yeah.
our representatives know that if we're working with a client that we've got standards as well that we're trying to maintain, and they know how we work, and so that, not to say that we could get a bad landing page passed, but
That's true. We couldn't, but if it's if it's maybe in the middle ground, it's a.
Guys, I just want to jump in. I definitely agree with the comment that you really need an established relationship. I think additionally for us, a benefit is the idea that we've had instances where Google has approached us before a quality score update has affected any of our clients' accounts. So they've actually warned us ahead of time of any such, the famous Google slap happening to our clients. So that's a really great advantage of having that established relationship with Google.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Jared.
that's a really good point, and that has happened, I would say, 3 times in the last 2 months. Mm-hmm. It's not just like once in a lifetime kind of thing, and it saves you in a situation where really bad things will happen, because the numbers do not work in your advantage. If you get this slap, what will typically happen is that your overall quality scores will be 1 or 2, and we've never seen one once you've got a bad landing page score. We've never seen anything, even if everything else is perfect, we've never seen a quality score go above 4. So.
And one final thing, don't tell Google your domain got slapped. Wouldn't like that. They wouldn't like you using that verbiage. So.
Yeah.
Gosh, and it's so funny, but when I talk to people and even when I'm working on my own campaigns, my quality score, it's linked to my self-esteem at the moment. So when I get a bad quality score, it's almost like I feel like I'm a worthless human being.
Yeah.
But that's not true.
That's not true. I mean, it's what is true though is that Google is not messing around. Their judgment is very serious. Like, they're not trying to just slightly reward some people more than others. If you get this kind of bad landing page quality score, they are trying to drive you out of the auction. They're not trying to put you lower. They're trying to get rid of you. And that's very clear that the judgment is a binary, one pass or fail, and the result they're looking for is you're either in or you're out, and this is you being out. So it is pretty serious.
Okay.
So how do you know if you actually have this happen to you? Google tells you. You can see here there's 3 places, or 3 parts of landing score that are available to be viewed in the interface. And I grabbed this screenshot from the old interface, but there's something similar in the new interface. And it'll actually tell you this page isn't highly relevant. You see this come up, and then you know that your problem is something that is serious, that you're going to have to fix, and you're going to have to talk to Google to get the situation really to experience redemption. So
Wonderful.
That's
really helpful.
Yeah. So in order to fix it, we would say to add relevant content. This is an example of a sales letter that was someone's landing page, a client of ours. When this sales letter was the only thing on their domain, they had a bad quality score, but they wanted to start over again and building out a bunch of content right along the lines of what you were talking about, Glenn. In this case, it was a forum and podcasts, some video, a lot of articles about, like an article or 2 about every major keyword, it seemed.